Okay, so to get into understanding DNA activation from where we left off, how I pretty much got to the threshold to where the heat allows the body to detoxify itself is to basically push these out. These are calcified like this, and each one is calcified pretty much. So like a chi master, they'll be working this one their whole life. And then you see this one here allows you to do like, you can like smash things and stuff like that. You see there's a little hole in the center of it. So it's basically protruding DNA or electromagnetics through this and empowering the hands, the fingertips the same way. So if you look closely, there's a hole there, in the dip of it. And, I got all that just from doing the spirals pretty much, just from the front of the hand there and holding it out towards the sun. So with that understood, you got to clear pathways. And they start out just normal skin. Then it gets hot and it smolders. This skin is really tough. So it's basically making all your skin tough like that so it can send it out and transmit it, basically. So each one of these, the backside gets it. This is really soft skin. See, it basically did the same thing, and it's got a hole there. So same thing happens everywhere. This one here, got the same thing going. It's going back, but it's leaving a hole. Same thing back here. That skin is really tough, so it'll probably just do that. Same thing back here, you already have that. Same thing right here, you already have this. Same thing here, you already have the belly button. So it's all the same, relatively. And if you wanted your body to detox itself, you basically want to put something on those initially. And then when it starts to tingle, you could take them off and then do some chi exercises, and then they'll start to cook. And the cooking is basically pushing whatever that old school kiln, super hard calcification you had all your years, it pushes it off. And then everything else after that is the new school stuff, the stuff that doesn't last long. Like if you go outside, so if I go outside right now, it'll just bring all that right back that I experienced earlier. And that's pretty much what happened. I went outside for about 5 minutes, and immediately it comes back, and then it hits the side of my head. That's where my fault line is. The side of my head comes down, hits this eyeball, hits this, and then it comes in the center of my head and hits my other eye, and then it hits this one. So it's like all connected, and it's all gonna just basically just blow off. But and it's really just down here, but it feels like it's all this. So it controls your whole perception of reality, basically. All right, so what you want to do is all this is all pushed back here and pushed down and calcified, right? So you want to push it up. That brings all the heat out from underneath. You push the eyes out more. You're basically loosening all this old stuff that's on the face, and it makes it smolder. So then all this stuff eventually comes out. Then you put the turpentine tissue right here on the ears, on the end, and all that stuff, the fumes create a smolder to the ear. So all of this stuff that's down in there comes to the top like that. So the secret is to get all of these pushed out like that and up, like yo-yos on a string. When you do that, all of this stuff starts to self-detoxify, and all you need is like a little bit of heat. Like you go outside in the sun, and it's like the point of no return pretty much, because then you're already open like this. So every time you go out, even if it's just for a walk, and then this goes. So all the people that have these abilities, they eat whatever you eat. And like Chris Angel, all these people that have these electromagnetic abilities, they eat pretty much whatever you eat. But if they go to a point to where their body detoxifies itself, they don't have to worry about disease. They don't have to worry about anything down here. So I think a lot of these rock stars don't really have STDs. I don't think they do, because you have a hot loin. So that stuff can't survive. Like you can't have anything down there that's toxic or a virus or anything in this part. So, hey, we've been deceived, man, because all those people, they have the ability to see these spiritual beings. And if they can, they're smoldering. So they don't have STDs. Usher doesn't have herpes. That's what I realized. That's a front. These people are lying. They're lying about their whole lifestyle just to cover like the probability that somebody wouldn't want to be in the same boat as them, to make you think, man, there's nothing like this going on. So that's a really good cover. That's extremely good. So yeah, it stays all calcified. You push everything out. So my ears, you know, like I was saying, I felt like something that was there. Like I must have put so much terp in there, exposed the fumes, that it must have killed whatever was in there, and it must have rose to the surface, kind of like a tick, or like if you got something parasite inside and it comes to the surface because your body says I got to discard this. At one point, I stuck stuff in there and smelled it, and it was like rotten, like it was something that was almost conscious at one point. That was kind of, I was like, whoa, it smells like it died. So like it's coming to the surface and it smells rotten. But to say the least, that's pretty much what's happening. And how you do this is you put those bands on, like I have, like gloves and knee bands and stuff like that, and you put some turpentine on the back. And then once it starts tingling, you'll feel your whole knee spiraling and everything, your whole spine, everything is going to go off. And once it starts to burn, just take it off, or once it starts tingling, take it off. And you do the exercises, the chi exercises, meditation exercises, it's going to make you start to smolder like that, you know. And you'll get closer to getting those cracks that you want and all that. It'll just start breaking it down, making the pineal gland get hot and all of that. So that is a nice little cheat sheet right there. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching Grimnasty TV. Stay tuned for more.